Good afternoon. Welcome to Attorney Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. Today, we're going to conclude our class on parenting. You remember during my last class, we talked about the 4 types of parenting. Let me put them up again. The 4 types, the 4 types of parenting were or are authoritarian, authoritative, passive, and uninvolved. When we talked about the authoritarian parenting style, we learned that it's a one-way mode. The children have no say in their upbringing. Everything comes down from the parents to the children. There is no two-way communication. There is only a one-way communication where the parents give the children instructions and is supposed to carry it out or be punished. So under this type of system, children grow and benefit, and they can also fail. How do they fail? They fail because they don't know how to make decisions. They fail because they have aggressive tendencies because of the way their parents treat them. When you have no say in things, when you're growing up, everything is just one way in your home. And when you come in the community, you have a say in the community. You may be respected in the community, but when you go home, your parents give you that one-way treatment. You can't say anything to them. It is their way or the highway. That is the authoritarian kind of leadership. Children under those leadership can flourish too. One, because they learn to be well-behaved. Because they know the consequences. If they don't behave, they will be punished. They also know how to follow instructions to achieve a goal. So you can give them instruction, they will follow it precisely. Because that too, they know if they don't follow instruction from their parents, they will be disciplined. So those are the 2 things that benefit those children. They know how to follow instructions and they are well behaved. Okay? But the negative side to them is they have aggressive tendency because they have no say in their upbringing, so they become angry people. That anger can hurt them in the future, in their lives, because they have no time for sound thinking, for reasoning. They get angry too fast. Okay? It can also lead them not to be able to make decisions because the parents make all the decisions for them. So they become handicapped in making decisions. Okay? So that's the authoritarian style of parenting. Now we also have the authoritative. Now this is the ideal form from what we learned. This is the ideal form because with this style of parenting, there is a 2-way communication between the parents and the children. The parents have set goals and rules. Everything set. They have set expectation. Okay, the children know their rules. They know their limitations. They know what they can do and what they cannot do. So children under this kind of system are more confident. They grow up more ready to achieve ready to go forth and do things. They they are more independent and self-sufficient because they have learned to be independent with their parents. Their parents are giving them the opportunity to grow, teach them. And when they discipline them, when they whip them or beat them or punish them, they tell them why. They don't just punish them and to go in the room. That's the authoritarian style. They don't tell you no, the rules are not set. They punish you for any reason. They come home, they're drunk, they're tired, they will punish you, you annoy them. But under the authoritative style, there are set rules, there are set guidelines, there are set expectations for the children. So the children grow up more confident. They grow up with an ideal to want to learn and improve their lives. So this kind of parenting style is more ideal. Okay? Now today we're going to learn about the last two parenting styles to conclude this lecture and teaching that I'm doing for you. The third parenting style, as we learned here, is the permissive parenting style. What is the permissive parenting style? Under the permissive parenting style, the parents treat their children like their friends. All these styles, I'm telling you, look at yourself, look at your friends, look at the other parents you know. See how they're treating their children and try to fit them in one of these styles. Okay? Under the permissive parenting style, the parents behave as though they and their children are friends. There is a warm, nurturing, warm, nurturing relationship with usually minimal expectation. They don't have no expectation for their children. Okay? They leave everything up to their children to work it out for themselves. Okay? They don't get involved too much with their children problems, with their issue. They leave it up to them to work it out. They say, look, man, you take care of that. You work that out. Okay? They impose limited rules on their children. Like I told you, they work together with their children like friends. So they don't want to impose no rules on them. They hardly want to have anything to do with them, basically. But they just leave them out to work everything out for themselves. Okay? These children have low levels of expectations, which usually result in rare uses of discipline. These parents don't hardly discipline their children. Okay? Communication remains open, but parents allow the children to figure things out for themselves. So like I told you, there is communication. They can talk, they are like friends. But many times when the children have issues or problems, the parents don't really get involved with helping them. They leave it for them to work it out for themselves. Okay? So, let's move on. As I said, there are limited rules that can lead on the children to unhealthy eating habits. Because everything in our home has to be regulated by rules. You know, children can't eat anytime they want to eat. They can't eat anything they want to eat anytime. They have to be monitored. Or else they will eat nothing but ice cream. They will eat nothing but snacks and cornflakes and chips and banana chips, plantain chips, all the different kind of chips. They will eat a lot of snacks. Okay, that's what children like to eat. Okay, it's the parents that got to guide them to eat healthy food. Say no ice cream, no what to eat. those sweet things. None of that. You have to eat healthy food today. You gotta come sit to the table. You gotta eat your broccoli. You gotta eat your carrots. You gotta eat all those vegetables that help people grow healthy lives. So the children under this kind of parenting are less monitored. The parents let them do anything. So most of the children that grow up under this kind of permissive style of parenting eat a lot of chips. They live unhealthy life. They grow up to be unhealthy and have problems with obesity and all these issues that children face growing up. Okay? So they have obesity and other health risk problems later on in life. Children also have a lot of freedom under this kind of style because their parents and them are friends. So they give them a lot of leeway. They have a lot of freedom. They can decide their bedtimes. Most of them stay up and watch TV all night. Okay? People got to come and wake them up to go to school in the morning because they're in discipline. They like their parents. They stay up and watch TV with their parents. Some of them watch it together. Some of them laugh and joke together. This is where drug use and all these kind of things come in. When the parents have permissive relationship with their children, some of them sit down and smoke weed with them. Some of them sit down and drink with them. Some of them sit down and do all negative things with them. Okay? Because they think they are friends. They are partners. So these children have a lot of freedom. They don't go to bed like other children go to bed at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock to get ready for school the next morning. These children don't. They decide their own bedtime. Okay? They decide when to do homework. When they come to school, they decide whether they want to do homework at home or not. Their parents don't have nothing to do with that. Okay? They sit on the computer. No screening. The parents don't monitor them. Nothing. They do whatever they want. They watch whatever they want. Sometimes even on TV in the house, the videos, they watch whatever shows they want to watch. There's no monitoring of them. Okay? This kind of freedom can lead to negative habits of parents not providing guidance on moderation. Okay? You can allow your children to watch TV. You can allow them to do certain things, but there has to be a moderation, a limitation. Okay? They can't watch TV all night. There got to be a time to stop. Say, no, it's time to go to bed. You got to get up for school. I'm not coming to wake you up in the morning. You got to make sure you are in good fit, you fit and rested enough to wake up on your own. So these are the kind of things children under this kind of parenting style face. Children have some self-esteem and decent social skills. They're not all bad. Because of their relationship with their parents, they have some level of maturity. Okay? So they have some self-esteem, self-pride. They're not let down. They're not beaten down. Like in the authoritarian style. The children have less self-esteem. Okay, less pride in themselves because they are demeaned. They are told what to do. But under this style and under the authoritarian style, the children have self-esteem. Okay? They have social skills. Okay? They can be okay, this is the negative side to them too now. They have good social skills. They can be good in school and have good self-esteem. But on the negative side of it, they can be impulsive, demanding, selfish, and lack self-regulation. Okay? Because they have this grave amount of independence from childhood and lack of regulation, lack of limitation by their parents. They can become impulsive. Okay, one thing on the spot. You got to give it to them on the spot. You know, they need it right now. You got to give it to them. Okay, they got to be demanding. Okay, they got to be selfish. They can be selfish. Okay, because it's all about me, me, me. Okay, and they lack self-regulation. I told you, these people under this kind of thing, they eat anything. Every day they want to eat snack. They don't want to eat food. They want to eat candy and biscuits and chips and all those things. And the parents don't regulate them. The parents don't say anything to them. They don't try to guide them and tell them, no, you can't eat that. You need to eat better things. They don't do those things for them. So at that rate, these children end up being obese, fat, and can't control their weight and their habits. Okay? So those are some of the problems they face. So let's move on. They are given a lot of freedom because this type of parenting stays out of the way. I told you that. They don't get involved with their children. They let them work everything out. There are no particular style of discipline. Okay? Some of them don't even discipline the children. But when they discipline them, that there's no particular way to do it. No, sometimes they just yell at them. Sometimes they just don't do nothing. There's no particular style. Okay? There's limited communication with children. Okay? The parents have little communication, even though there's a two-way communication, but they hardly communicate with them. They let the children figure out things for themselves. Okay? They only communicate with them on a need to communicate basis. If they need to communicate with them. Okay? They offer little nurturing. They don't help the children with their growth or development or nothing. Okay? Is that the one I on? Yeah. So that's the kind of style with permissive or going into uninvolved leader parenting. That's the permissive parenting style. One, they behave that they and their children are friends. There's communication, but they let the children work things out for themselves. When the children got problems or issues, they don't get involved with it. They let them work things out for themselves. The children have a lot of freedom to decide things for themselves. So they decide when they're going to go to bed. They decide what they're going to eat. Sometimes they eat, and under this kind of permissive style of parenting, children have the freedom to eat a lot of snacks and candy and biscuits and all these things. So they end up being obese and have other health problems when they grow up later on in life. Okay? Because of that kind of parenting. So there is too much freedom for the children to do what they want to do. Okay? So they decide their bedtime. They decide when they're going to go on the computer and how long they're going to stay there. They decide what they're going to watch on TV. They decide everything for themselves. The parents hardly have any say in that. Okay? So this kind of freedom can lead to negative habits. Very negative, even unlawful behavior. Because they got too much freedom, some of them don't respect people, don't respect law and order and all of that. Okay? Say what they want to say, anytime they want to say it, to who they want to say it to. So these are people that get in trouble easily because these kind of freedoms lead to bad habits in the future. Okay? The fourth kind of parenting is the uninvolved parenting style. This one is where the parents don't want to get involved at all with the children. Okay? They don't want to get involved. Children given a lot of freedom because this type of parenting style stays out of the way. This is the parenting style that stays out of the way. I mentioned that earlier, though. I was reading too fast. But this is the parenting style that stays out of the way. The uninvolved parenting style. We're at the fourth parenting style now. The uninvolved parenting style. This is the parenting style that does not get involved at all with the children's development, their growth, their lifestyles, nothing. They don't get involved with it. They stay out of the way. They fulfill their children's basic needs while remaining detached from children's lives. Okay? We know a lot of people that we call them deadbeat dads. We call them single parents. Okay? There are some single parents. They live in other states and things. They are not involved in the life of their children. But they send their school fee, they send their daily allowances. Everything is paid up for them. But they don't get involved with their lives. Okay? Those are those kind of parents. Okay? They have no particular discipline style for the children. Okay? They hardly get involved with the children, so hard they will discipline them. They don't even discipline them sometimes because they're not involved with them. Okay? These are the kind of people where either the mother or the father has full control and custody of the children. Okay? Lawfully and physically. Okay? They have limited communication with their children. Very limited. They offer limited nurturing with little or no expectation of their children. Children are usually resilient and more self-sufficient than children with other types of upbringing. So yeah, children honor this type of uninvolved parenting style. Bounce back. They are strong. They don't give up. They are resilient. Okay? Because they know they got nobody to depend on. They can't depend on their parents or their single parent or both of their parents. If they are uninvolved, they can't depend on them. So that they know they got to do for themselves. So many of them are resilient and more self-sufficient than other children in other parenting styles. Okay? Their skills are developed out of necessity or need to thrive, or need to be successful, or need to survive. Their skills are developed out of necessity. Okay? It's not because their parents taught them. No, because they themselves have that desire to excel. So whatever skills they develop is developed out of necessity. They need to grow. They need to excel. They need to build oneself. That's why they are self-sufficient. Okay? But they have trouble controlling their emotions. Okay? You know, when you don't have parents, you have nobody to guide you sometimes. Sometimes everything can piss you off. And it's not supposed to do that. And this is the problem these kind of children face under this kind of upbringing. They have difficulty controlling their emotions. Okay? They are less effective coping with strategies. Okay? Because they have no guidance. They have no leadership structure from childhood. So they are left on their own. Anything they have to do, they have to do it out of necessity because they want to thrive. They want to survive. They got to live. They do it out of necessity. So they have no structure in their lives. Okay? So they have problem coping with strategies. Some of them even have problem coping with authoritative structure and leadership structure. All these kind of things. They have trouble with it. Okay? Because some of them can't fathom it. They can't think of it. It can't happen in their minds. They can't picture it in their minds. Okay? They have academic challenges too. Because you don't have parents to guide you. they may not be guided properly by whoever is their guiding. So they have difficulty with academic issues, okay? Difficulty maintaining or nurturing social relationships. So it's a connection with people, social living. They have issues with that, okay? Because they've never been taught that. They've been on their own. They've been self-sufficient and surviving, okay? Their parents not involved with them. Their parents have neglected them, so they're on their own. So they have no ideal of social relationship, how to deal with other people. You see, how to go to school and sit in school and be disciplined to learn and interrelate with other people, with the teachers and all that. They have issues with that and problems because they've never been brought up that way. Everything they did out of necessity. So those are my classes on parenting. Okay? The reason why I taught these classes is for us to know where we fit in a different style of parenting. This will help us to understand who we are, whether we like to be parents in this state or children under this kind of process. How can we deal with our parents? Do we have any leeway? Because when you know what parenting style you are under, you better know how to deal with your situation. So if you're under an authoritarian parent styling, where your parents just gave you order, didn't want to hear nothing from you, they just want to put everything that you got to do what they say, or you be punished and things like that. You know you're under that kind of parenting style. You got to know how to deal with it for your own sanity, for your own growth and development. If you know and conscious of where you are, but you got to be conscious that you're under that state. You got to be aware, conscious that you're under that state of parenting and know that you want to change it and what to do to change it, how to change it. Because some of those parenting style, they don't ever end. Those people won't treat you like that even when you grow up as man and woman. You got to fight them sometimes to stop it. Okay, not physically, but verbally, attitude-wise, to stop it. Okay? But we know about the authoritative style, which is the ideal style that gives children the opportunity to grow and interrelate with their parents on a more mature and sensible, responsible level. Okay? Unlike the permissible or the uninvolved, where the children are given so much freedom. But learn about it, go on the internet and learn about it, and build your own self so you can know where you fit and how to deal with the kind of parental style you are under, or how to deal with your children under the style that suits you. That's my class for today. I hope you benefited from this class because we need to learn of who we are, where we stand in our society, what kind of choices we have to resolve our issues, how we're going to do it. Okay? So this is my class. I hope you learn good. Let's pay attention to Liberia. Today is Liberia's Day, a Liberia Flag Day. We pray that God bless Liberia to move on to a new era in our existence. Stop all this protest, all this violence, all this political immaturity and negative lifestyle. Let's set our country right. We got to unite. We got to solidify ourselves. Look at our country. It's too backwards. It's too backwards for us to be behaving the way we are behaving today. Learn, protect yourself, and govern yourselves accordingly. Have a good day. I'll see you on Monday with my interview with Mr. Morris Akinfolari of Oasis International. Take care and govern yourselves accordingly. Bye-bye.